Hello again, everybody. I'm Matthew White, and welcome to another edition of FYI, right here from the Real Estate Channel studios. I'm pleased to have in the studio with me, joining me today is Les Twarog. Les, welcome to the show. You're from Remax Crest Realty West Side, correct?
That's correct.
I got that right. Okay, good. Let me just start out by asking you how you first became involved in the real estate industry.
Well, a friend of mine was in the business 6 to 7 years before I started in 1988. And he was trying to entice me into the business for several years before I started, and eventually took the plunge and quit my job at Safeway and started selling real estate, never looked back.
So how many years ago was that?
1988.
1988. It's amazing because I arrived in Vancouver in 1987 and immediately started seeing your name around or around thereabouts. You have a very, very visual presence in the media. Is that something you strive for?
Well, our team, we spend a lot of money and effort into promoting our listings and our ads. We advertise in about 4 or 5 different publications: the Real Estate Guide, the Real Estate Book, the Urban Trends magazine, Homes and Land magazine. So I do promote myself to the max, and that's why I do a fair amount of volume because of that promotion.
Right, so people know your name, they know to call you. Tell us about the team that you actually bring to the table.
We have currently, I have myself and my wife Sonia, and we have 3 unlicensed assistants, and as a matter of fact, next week we're going to have our first licensed agent besides myself and my wife Sonia Peterson.
Now, I've heard good things about your website, and I checked it out myself. It's definitely very detail-oriented and very vast in scope and spectrum. Let's talk about your website for a second.
The website gets phenomenal traffic. We get about 1,500 to 2,000 unique visitors with over 200,000 hits per day, and that's fairly phenomenal compared to most realtors, if you compare it to any other realtor's website, because of the information that I have.
So basically, is that part of your whole thing to put that website together? Do you have a team putting that together, or do you work like firsthand on that as well?
Well, I'm the director, and I basically delegate different jobs for different people. There are, besides my assistants I have 6 people working behind the scenes, loading content, making sure everything works properly, making sure that all the equipment's running properly and the servers are running properly. So it's a team that nobody knows about unless you go ask me the question or go to contact us, and you'll see support staff.
Interesting. So when it comes to the marketing aspect and the internet aspect, it doesn't sound like it's cheap. I mean, it sounds like you're, to get out there, you're definitely spending the money to do it. I mean, because I go to all kinds of realtors' websites, and they're different than the one you put together. You obviously have to put the time, the money, and the effort into it.
Just my advertising component, my print medium that I'm using, the 4 or 5 advertisers, I spend $12,000 a month. My website, the content, the guy that loads the content, I spend $8,000 a month. And to date, we've spent $600,000 to put the website together, what you see it, the way you see it right now, and it's costing me about $100,000 a year to load up new content for every year that goes by.
So to be that recognizable and that out there, you obviously have to spend some money on it, type of thing.
Mm-hmm. It's very challenging, and it's very time consuming, and I don't know how I find the time to do it, because I'm just wearing 5 or 6 different hats, from helping the guy load the content to doing the print advertising, to dealing with the sellers, to dealing with listings. But I managed to do it, working 12 hours a day.
So you were talking earlier about how many hits you get on the website, and that is pretty extraordinary. Are you finding it's generating a lot of business for you? Does it actually go from hit to business?
Absolutely. My website generates about 30 to 35% of my business, my income, and it's growing probably at 10% a year. My print advertising is generating about 30%, and the rest is through the MLS system.
And this, I guess, is gauged by asking people when they first contact you how they heard about you?
Yeah, we have a fairly elaborate tracking system in place in our office. where every time someone calls, it's displayed on a call display system in a computer, and we know and we ask the question, where did you call from? How did you find out about us?
Right.
And it's 50-50 between print advertising and website, but the website is taking over.
Website is taking over. Yeah, you sort of hear a lot about, couples now, reading magazines online, and their children are not going to be subscribing to magazines. Like, print, may be going the way of the dinosaur, but it's still very, prevalent right now. But definitely the web is the way to go. Les, for people that are watching this right now and would like to find out more and get some information on you, how can they get a hold of you?
Website address is very easy. It's actually my phone number. It's www.6717000.com. And my email address is the same thing. It's les@6717000.com. So it's very easy. One number does it all.
So I guess I don't have to ask your phone number then. You're all set.
Exactly.
Les, thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Take care.